Once upon a time, there was a man who loved the idea of flying, but had a terrible fear of it. After years of hesitation, he finally decided to book a flight, hoping to conquer his fear. When he arrived at the airport, he was so nervous that his hands were shaking and his eyes were darting around everywhere. As he boarded the plane, the pilot greeted him with a smile and said, "Welcome aboard. Is this your first flight?" The man replied fearfully, "Yes, and I hope it's not my last." The pilot laughed and said, "Don't worry, I'll make it an unforgettable experience." The man sat down in his seat and fastened his seatbelt as tightly as he could, as if expecting the plane to flip upside down at any moment. A little while later, the plane started moving on the runway and his heart began to race. Suddenly, he heard a strange noise coming from his seat. He looked down to find that his seatbelt was attached to the seat of the very large man next to him. The man screamed, "Oh my God, I'm going to die!" The man next to him laughed and said, "Don't worry, I'll carry you with me if the plane falls." The plane then started to take off, and the man felt like his heart was going to burst out of his chest. Suddenly, a flight attendant appeared in front of him and asked if he needed something to calm his nerves. The man replied, "Yes, I need something very strong." The flight attendant brought him a cup of juice and a box of tissues. The man looked at her in astonishment and asked, "What is this?" The flight attendant smiled and said, "The juice is to calm your nerves, and the tissues are to dry your tears when you start crying." The man started laughing out loud and ended up laughing throughout the entire flight, completely forgetting his fear. When the plane landed safely, the pilot said to him as he exited, "I bet you'll be on another flight soon, right?" The man replied, laughing, "Definitely, but this time I'll bring some diapers too."